Hi, and before you get worried, no, I'm not starting to try vlogging again. Today is the first of hopefully many International Pronouns Day. Because it's a cause I kind of believe in and want to get behind, I've decided to make both a video and an extra blog post. If you want to know why pronouns are important, go to nopoodles.wordpress.com and check out my long article there, or you can check out the International Pronouns Day website, which I will also link in the description below. With regard to pronouns and what you can do, especially if you're a cis person, which, by the way, in case you're interested, cis is anyone who identifies with the gender they were assigned at birth, as opposed to anybody trans, and I'm using the broadest umbrella version of trans, which is anyone who does not identify with the gender they were assigned at birth. In this video, that also means non-binary people. Non-binary, again, is another one of these terms that I'm using as an umbrella for anyone who doesn't fit into a binary male-female category. So you want people to be comfortable. Anyone. Binary, non-binary, cis, trans, everyone, right? Right. Don't make a big deal out of being corrected when you've said the wrong pronoun. Just accept the correction, move on, and change your language to adapt to that fact. So for example, if you've said, oh yeah, he, and somebody goes, actually it's she, you go, sorry, oh yeah, she, and you carry on with what you were saying. It's that simple. It's one of those things that people are really hung up about, but actually it is really simple. You just apologise, change, and move on. If you mess up after already knowing what pronoun you should use, you apologise and you move on. It's not a big deal to get it wrong once in a while. Everybody makes mistakes. That's fine. Make your mistake, but when you make a mistake, you learn. As a very young child, when you've made a mistake, you should apologise and fix the problem. It's the same thing. Apologise, correct your language, and move on. Don't complain about made up pronouns. I've got news for you, pal. All language is made up. All of it. If selfie can make it into dictionaries, I don't see why you're having trouble with this. If you want to know someone's pronouns or aren't sure what they're going to be, and you think that person is trans and you don't want to insult them, your best bet is to pretend like you use your pronouns as introduction to everyone. Go up to that person that you want to know the pronouns of and say, hey, my pronouns are, insert your pronouns here, what are yours? Because it normalizes the whole thing. Suddenly the person doesn't feel called out. Suddenly the person doesn't feel like, oh, you couldn't tell my gender? Especially if you're presenting yourself in a binary fashion, that can be really difficult to deal with. And a cis person coming up to you and volunteering their pronouns first before asking makes it a lot easier. Like a lot. If someone asks you for your pronouns, answer them with the words. Don't say your gender. If someone says to you, oh hey, what are your pronouns? And you go, well, I'm a man, that doesn't answer the question. That's not an answer to that question. I'm sorry, but it's not. Just because pronouns don't feel important to you doesn't mean they're not important to other people. For trans people, using their proper pronouns affirms their gender identity. It tells them that you believe them and that you respect who they are. Be a good ally by backing up trans and non-binary people in your life. If someone calls them by the wrong pronoun, you can correct that person. That's well within your rights. You definitely should. If said trans or non-binary person isn't around, you should still correct that person. You'd do it for any of your cis friends, wouldn't you? If you hear someone complaining about made-up pronouns or however many there are, try and gently or impassionately tell them that actually it's not really any of their business what pronouns people use, other than whether they're using them in the right context or not. And ultimately, why is it a problem that there's all these different genders and pronouns? It's not hurting anyone, is it? So what is their problem? Why are they so against it? If you're writing something or proofreading something or editing something, especially something that is going to be seen by a lot of people, Try and fix any him/her and bracket s bracket he or s/he, I don't know what my hands are doing, into a singular they. For example, if a student finds him or herself without uniform, change it to if a student finds themselves without uniform. Not only does it take up less printing space and less reading space, it's completely understandable, and it includes every student of every gender. Even if you're in what appears to be an all-girls school, I guarantee to you that some of those students are not girls. Some of those students are non-binary. Some of those students are trans guys that just don't know yet or can't come out yet. And some of those students will come out, but won't want to leave the school. And that's a whole nother thing, for a whole nother conversation. But if you put a themself in the student guidelines, you've encompassed these people, even if you think there's only supposed to be girls. No matter your current feelings towards a person, any person, but especially a trans person, don't use the wrong pronouns. If you're angry with a person, it doesn't invalidate their pronouns or their gender or anything about them. You're not just hurting one person, you are hurting all trans people with that. It sounds ridiculous because you're thinking on a really small scale. You would be surprised how close you are to a trans or non-binary person at any given minute. So that's sort of my overview of pronouns and what you can do to help people and put your best foot forward with regard to pronouns. Definitely check out the website for International Pronouns Day and my longer post on my WordPress. You can share your pronouns with the hashtag pronounsday. I'm always happy to talk about gender, and I'm always happy to talk about LGBT stuff, and I'm always happy to answer respectful questions. If you want to hire me to talk about trans stuff or gender stuff in general, feel free to contact me here or via Twitter or via my WordPress. So I will see you either on my WordPress tomorrow for my regularly scheduled short story, or on the 26th of October here for me to read aloud a random short story of my choosing, because nobody's commented yet. If there's any of my short stories that you would like me to read aloud that you've seen on my WordPress, feel free to comment on them or tweet me or comment here letting me know which ones you would like to hear me read. If you think my voices need some work, so do I. I'm going to stop talking now because I probably should. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your pronouns or your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you on the 26th for my short story.